So I've kind of been in a Rick Remender mood these past few days. I've been checking out mostly his Venom stuff. So I heard that he did some X-Men books that I've read Uncanny Avengers, which I've really enjoyed. I hear he's doing the new Captain America for Marvel now. But when I heard he did like an X-Men book, I was like, all right, I'll check it out. And then I went to Amazon. I bought the first trade of his Uncanny X-Force run that's set to end with Marvel now, and it's going to be rebooted in two new books, which makes no fucking sense, by the way. But anyway, so I got the first volume. It's called The Apocalypse Solution, and this is just fantastic. I really think Rick Remender is probably one of the best writers in comic book industry, and he's probably my favorite writer left at Marvel after they got rid of some real gems like JMS and Greg Rucka and Ed Brubaker, of course. So I think that Rick Remender is with Bendis on Spider-Man, just on Spider-Man, because his team books are just atrocious. And Mark Waid on Daredevil, he's probably, one of the best writers at Marvel and one of the best in the industry. So the basic plot of this first trade is that Deadpool goes on a solo mission to find out a rumor about Apocalypse, who, for you non-X-Men readers, Apocalypse is this omnipowerful mutant. He has tried to destroy the world many, many times. He has a deep connection with the X-Men. So Deadpool goes on this solo mission to find out a rumor that Apocalypse is back from the dead. Unfortunately, he gets in over his head as usual, and he gets captured. Before they lose track of him, he sends a last call to the members of X-Force. Now, for those of you who don't know, X-Force is basically the Black Ops team of the X-Men. The X-Men don't kill. However, X-Force is the Black Ops team of the X-Men. They kill. They protect mutant kind behind the shadows, and they will do whatever is necessary to protect their endangered species. So the team's roster consists of Wolverine, Phantom X, Psylocke, Angel, and Deadpool. And I have to say, Rick Remender has a fantastic voice for almost all of these characters. Rick Remender's plots are good. They aren't anything really amazing. However, the reason why his books are so great is because he's a great character writer. He really makes you care about what's going on. Like, there's this whole subplot with Angel about him trying to control Archangel, who's like this dark alter ego created by Apocalypse. And Archangel is very hostile. He could basically kill the entire team at any moment if he escapes. And Psylocke, Betty Brant, his girlfriend, is the only one who can keep Archangel at bay. So that's a really touching subplot, and I hear there's like the Dark Angel saga, which is arguably one of the best comic books published last year. One of the best story arcs in comics published last year, and I'm definitely going to check that one out when I get all the trades leading up to that. And I have to say that this book was really, really interesting for a couple of ways, because this easily could have just been, oh, Apocalypse is back, now we have to kill him. Remender puts a really interesting spin on this story, because Apocalypse is actually a kid now. He's a little kid who's being raised by his lieutenants, who he before Apocalypse died, he created several contingency plans. Like, if I die, I'm going to be reincarnated as a kid. I'm not going to have any knowledge of my previous life. And so he charges his lieutenants to both tutor him how to become Apocalypse again, from his birth to becoming a grown man once more. And before he died, he basically had 4 more horsemen of the Apocalypse sealed away that would act as his final horsemen. And these horsemen are really cool. There's like this whole issue where their backstory is explained. Each of them represents one of it's the 4 horsemen of the Apocalypse. You see one for war, for pestilence. I don't know the other 2. because I'm kind of an idiot and I'm kind of having a brain fart throughout this whole review, so I apologize for that. But yeah, the Four Horsemen are really, really cool, especially War. I mean, the twist on War, I did not see that coming, and it's kind of a really cool take on the Minotaur from Greek mythology. And history buffs like me who really love Greek mythology are gonna get kind of a kick out of that. So thanks, Remender, for giving a little something to us history nerds. But there's when oh god, what am I gonna say? I really don't even have that much to say about this book, to be honest. I mean, it's just phenomenal. The characters are written so well. Deadpool is really, really funny. Wolverine isn't as savage as he is isn't as savage in this story as he is in others. He really is kind of like the leader. Like, I could buy this guy being the leader. And his healing factor isn't ridiculously overpowered in this story as it is in other books. Like, there are books where he just gets completely destroyed, and from a little speck of nothing he just comes back completely. In this book, he really gets the ever-loving shit beaten out of him, which is extremely rare for a character like Wolverine, who's popular, and we really can't make him lose any fight. But yeah, if there was any flaw with this book, I don't really want to spoil the ending, because if I spoil this whole story, that's going to kind of ruin everything for you, so I have to be vague throughout this whole review. The ending kind of gets ruined later because they kind of retcon it, and I don't know if Remender retcons it or was that an editorial thing, but the ending kind of gets fixed by something that's really cheap. Like I said, I really can't tell you what it is because that would ruin the storyline, and that would kind of ruin the book if I spoiled, oh, this happens, and this happens. And a lot of people complain that I spoil a lot of my stories, and I'm really trying not to do that here, which is why I'm being vague. If there's any genuine complaint I have with the book, besides the ending being kind of fixed, just for the sake of being fixed later, is kind of the art. Now, I don't really know Jerome Opena. I think I've seen some of his work. Like, I know he's doing Marvel Now, Avengers. I know he did, like, the new Moon Knight series. I think he did Punisher with Rick Remender as well, but I really don't know any of his other work. It's okay. It's not anything great. But like I said, the character writing, the story more than makes up for the kind of iffy art. It's not really even bad art. It's just not my thing, and it kind of took me a while to get used to it. This trade is only 4 issues, and you get some material from Wolverine Road to Hell and New Wolverine Saga. I really didn't read those. I really just wanted to focus on the Uncanny X-Force story. But yeah, you can buy this off Amazon for like $9 on paperback and $13.65 on hardcover. And it really is a shame that this book is ending, but it is kind of a good thing, because now I can just pick up the whole run. I don't have to get it in issues anymore. So yeah, I have to give Rick Remender's Uncanny X-Force, at least the first volume of it, a 9.5. It is a fantastic book. I really don't have anything to say about it. I just got to tell you guys, buy this book. It's really awesome. Rick Remender is a fantastic character writer. If you're more into big epic plots and stuff, you really won't find it here. This really is more of a personal story about all the individual X-Force members and about Apocalypse, and it really does raise some interesting moral issues. The romance is one of the best romances I've seen in a comic book in a long, long time, or in any fictional medium, because romances have devolved to Twilight as far as I'm concerned in most mediums. So yeah, it's a 9.5. Buy this book. And that's pretty much it for me, guys. I'm out.